After Cheng-Yin's death, I didn't sleep for 3 consecutive nights, not because I was afraid, but because every time I closed my eyes, I felt the ground beneath my feet breathing, as if something were buried deep within the earth, something vast and ancient, slowly awakening. On the 4th night, I made a decision. I opened the small wooden chest my grandfather had once strictly forbidden me to touch. Before he left, he had removed the seal himself. Inside, there was only a single yellowed slip of paper. On it were 4 blurred characters written in faded black ink. The Earth Dragon Society. My breath caught. In the world of Feng Shui, there are names that exist only in legend, names no one dares to speak aloud, much less investigate. The Earth Dragon Society is one of them. It is said that more than 300 years ago, a group of Feng Shui masters was expelled from the orthodox path for cultivating forbidden techniques to alter fate. They did not submit to heaven. They severed dragon veins, stole the earth's key, and used human lives to nourish fortune. They believed this: a dragon does not need a head to fly, only a body long enough. What they worshipped was the earth dragon, a dragon of the soil that never ascends to the heavens, feeding only on yin qi, sleeping beneath ancestral graves and lethal geomantic nodes. The dragon I saw in my dream when I was 8 years old was not a divine beast, it was a headless earth dragon. In that instant, everything became clear. I hadn't dreamed of it by accident, I had been chosen. The truth about the real Li finally surfaced. When I was 8, when the real Li was 8, our family had been living atop a burial site polluted by corrupted dragon qi. The Earth Dragon Society needed a vessel, a child with a light fate, easy to possess. My grandfather's soul-summoning ritual that year hadn't gone wrong. It had been hijacked. When he opened the altar at the Ilsidut crossroads where yin and yang converge, the Earth Dragon Society used the ritual itself, forced the real Li'er's soul away, and pushed me in. So who was I? Not a ghost, not a human, but a remnant soul left behind after a severed dragon vein. If the Earth Dragon Society wanted a vessel, why didn't they fully control me? The answer lay in a single word: deficiency. My soul was incomplete. I was missing one soul fragment, which meant I could never become a perfect vessel. And because of that, I was both a failed product and a dangerous variable. My grandfather knew this. That was why he taught me skills, yet never allowed me to enter the world too early. He let me grow strong enough, clear-minded enough, so that when the Earth Dragon Society eventually came for me, I wouldn't be swallowed whole. The 3 instructions in his letter were all meant to help me avoid them, especially the people with the surname Ma, because the Ma family is the public-facing branch of the Earth Dragon Society. The red toad severing the bloodline formation at the Huang household was never about revenge. It was a test. Cheng-Yin was merely bait. If I had failed to recognize the formation, useless. If I had killed the red toad, corrupted at heart. If I had taken the money and walked away, morally unsound. Any one of those choices would have led to only one ending. But I sent the red toad away. I didn't kill it. I didn't claim it. I didn't flee. And from that moment on, I was no longer a defective vessel. I became a breaker of formations. That night, as I sat in meditation, the candle in my room suddenly went out. The temperature dropped sharply. On the wall, my shadow stretched, twisted, and then grew an extra head, a dragon's head. A voice spoke. not into my ears, but directly into my spine. Your soul is incomplete, but your fate is fascinating. Join the Earth Dragon Society. Your missing soul will be returned. I opened my eyes. A drop of blood fell from the corner of my mouth onto the floor. I smiled. If you want my soul, I said softly, come and take it yourself. The dragon's shadow dissipated, but I knew the real war had only just begun. 3 days after the Earth Dragon spoke, I encountered someone from the Ma family. He didn't come for me. He came for Huang Yi. That morning, while I was at the Huang residence, a black car stopped at the gate. A middle-aged man stepped out, neatly dressed, with a gentle face and a gift box in his hands. My name is Ma Chenglin, he said with a smile. I heard Mr. Huang has recovered, so I came to pay a visit. The moment he crossed the threshold, I felt the ground beneath my feet tremble slightly. Not killing ki, but guiding ki, something only members of the Earth Dragon Society possess. My grandfather once said, the Ma family never sets formations themselves, they only open doors. Ma Chenglin did nothing unusual. He drank tea, chatted pleasantly, praised the layout of the house, then casually placed the gift box down, exactly at the point where the azure dragon suppresses the white tiger. Ordinary people wouldn't notice, but I saw it clearly. The instant the box touched the ground, the Earth's key reversed. An invisible channel opened, connecting the Huang household's foundation, straight down into the unfathomable depths below. I stood up. Mr. Ma, I said, this gift doesn't align with the feng shui. Ma Chenglin looked at me. A flicker of cold passed through his eyes. And who are you? Someone you shouldn't meet. The air in the room froze. That night, I left the Huang residence. I hadn't gone 100 meters when all the streetlights went out at once. The wind rose, not a natural wind, but a yin wind guiding the way. 3 figures emerged from the darkness, their faces blurred as if obscured by a layer of gray mist. Living bodies, borrowed souls. I bit my fingertip and swiftly drew a blood-sealing talisman across my palm. Back! The first shadow exploded, the second retreated, the third dropped to its knees. We're only path openers, it trembled. The Earth Dragon wishes to meet you. I looked at it and replied calmly, it's not qualified. After that night, I knew I could no longer run. If I wanted to live, there was only one path left: recover my lost soul. According to my grandfather's records, my soul hadn't been devoured. It had been divided. One part sealed beneath a nameless ancient grave. One part used as a dragon-guiding lamp. One part held by the Ma family. To reclaim it, I would have to go to each place. Every one of them. A gate of death. The grave lay deep in the mountains, no tombstone, no name, no offerings. Yet the dragon key around it was twisted, violently distorted. The moment I stepped inside, a familiar voice spoke. You finally came. I turned around. It was my grandfather, but the key around him did not belong to the living. Are you real? I asked, or not? He looked at me for a long time, then sighed. I'm dead. But I've been holding on to part of your soul. He told me the final truth. Back then, he knew the Earth Dragon Society had interfered with the ritual, but he accepted it because there was only one way to break the formation. Use the very vessel they chose to counter the dragon. He took a portion of my soul and sealed it in this grave, using the dragon vein here to lock down the Earth Dragon. The price was his life. Remember this, he said, when you reclaim your full soul, the Earth Dragon will awaken. And if I don't? I asked. He smiled. Then you'll die first. When I left the grave, 3 figures blocked the mountain path. Taoist robes, peachwood swords, pure orthodox koi. Li the one in front said, "You carry a corrupted soul and a defiant fate. According to orthodox law, you must be suppressed." I looked at them and asked calmly, "Are you here to save the world? Or to preserve balance?" No one answered. From that moment on, the hidden world was thrown into upheaval. The Earth Dragon Society began acting openly. The Ma family revealed themselves. The orthodox path split into factions. Ancient geomantic formations awakened, and me? I stood at the center of it all, not fully human, not fully heretical, but the only one capable of severing the head of the dragon beneath the earth. That night, I stood atop a mountain peak. The wind howled. Beneath my feet, the dragon veins screamed. I placed a hand over my chest, where my soul was still incomplete. "Earth Dragon," I whispered, "you want my soul. Then I'll come to you. But this time, it's to end everything." Mu Te. After uncovering the Earth Dragon Society, I learned my soul was fragmented to create a vessel. Targeted by heretics and the orthodox alike, I became a dangerous, variable, force to reclaim my lost soul and confront the Earth Dragon, knowing my awakening could either end the threat or doom everything.